Happy Father's Day, America.
Joe, you realize it isn't Father's Day yet, right?
Yes, but YouTube doesn't push our videos in the algorithm until 3 days later or something, so I figured I'd say it now.
Even then, Joe, it's 3 days later and Father's Day would have passed already, so it's pretty pointless to say that at all.
Shut up about that. Anyway, why are we all here again, Obama?
Bro, I deadass texted all of you in the Discord group chat about what we are doing. We are going to be ranking all the Saints Row games.
Wait, we are ranking a football team?
No, you old sleepy idiot. We are ranking the video game series called Saints Row. These games were a competitor to the GTA games.
This series may have not been perfect like GTA, but it sure was a fun alternative to play.
For sure, but before viewers click away, let's get started. First one is Saints Row, the game that started it all.
D tier, it was only on Xbox 360 and I had a PS3, so I wasn't able to play it.
Bro, what is up with Joe? Every time we do a tier list, he has the most shitty takes ever made from his dusty brain.
The shit take is that this man bought a PS3 instead of an Xbox. Ignore this idiot who forgot to take his pills today.
Trump, you can't tell people to ignore me. I'm the fucking president.
People are already ignoring you in this country, Joe. Anyway, Saints Row was a good start to a franchise, but the game has shown its age a bit. Not only that, but there isn't much to it other than just killing other gangs.
The game did give us beloved characters like Johnny Gat to start. Plus, I do enjoy the build-up in the game as they show you the ranks of becoming a gang member.
The open world was pretty fun to mess around in, and the game does a good job in trying to be something else other than just a GTA clone. But other than that, there isn't much to go back to.
What are we talking about again?
Joe, for the last time, we are ranking Saints Row 1. I agree with these guys that this game was a nice start, but it's not a perfect gem by any means. I'll put it in A. Okay, next up is my favorite, Saints Row 2.
Anyone can say what they want, but I'm going to say it anyway. This game was the peak of the series. They buffed up everything from Saints Row 1 while also keeping the gameplay similar to the last game.
Well, to be honest, the plot was pretty similar to the last game as well. Your gang has to take out 3 enemy gangs to take over the city and become the top G.
Joe, I think it would be best for all of us if you just didn't talk like that again.
Wait, was I talking?
Other than what old-ass Joe just said, this game was fun to play all the time. I love the new side missions you can do like insurance fraud as well as others. And this game had a fun but flawed multiplayer.
I think most people played co-op than that multiplayer, to be honest. This game was fun all around, so I'm thinking S tier.
I remember the final mission where a helicopter almost crashed into the tower. Sounds like a story we had back in 2001, right, George?
Joe, it was with planes, you fucking idiot, and you need to stop with all these 9/11 jokes every time I'm in the call. It seems like that's the only thing you guys joke about when I'm here.
Well, people still think you did that, George. Even people in the comments of our other tier list videos say that.
Fuck you, Mr. Build-A-Wall. Can we just get on with the tier list, Mr. Drone Strike Hospitals?
Whoa, chill out, George. Don't drag me in this. Anyway, I do agree that this game is an S tier. It was really the peak of the series. All right, so we got Saints Row the Third next.
This game was ugly as fuck. The graphics are ass, the story is short and dull, and they killed off Johnny Gat after the first fucking mission.
Well, technically, you can have him back as a Hulk-like monster in one of the DLCs.
Joe, that shit doesn't count.
The game had much more weapons and toys to play with than the last 2 games. So it was fun to play, but I agree that the story was a low point, and a pretty weak one at that.
I know people will roast us in the comments saying this game is their favorite or something, and I can see some of their reasons, but overall it's just not good as the Saints Row 2 by any means.
With that said, I don't think it needs a D tier, maybe a B tier, since it was fun to play, especially with a buddy.
Fucking Democrats at it again, putting a shitty game on top. What has this country come to?
It's come to put you in jail, you fat ass.
Joe, if you get reelected again next year, you better pardon me so I can get out of this whole legal trash.
Reelected for what? What am I doing again?
Man has been falling on stairs and off bikes that he now can't remember what I just said a second ago. This is our president, ladies and gentlemen.
Shut up, you old idiots. We are putting this game at B tier for the fun it provides, but I agree the story is ass.
Okay, do we really have to talk about Saints Row 4? It deadass is just the same as Saints Row 3, just with superpowers and aliens.
Wait, aliens, call the Pentagon and shoot that shit down, please.
Joe, we are talking about the game, not real life, you dumbass.
Trump is right. The game is just the same shit with a superpower alien twist. While that makes the game faster and more fun to play side missions, there isn't anything special here.
I like how in the game, the boss became president just by landing in the office chair. If only it was that easy. But they did bring back Johnny Gat, so we got to give the game some points here.
No points, just put it in B. The game is the same shit as 3.
Okay, Mr. Criminal Man, I'll put it in B, same as Saints Row 3 then. Okay, next up is Gat Out of Hell.
The fact we got this game as the only way to be able to play as Johnny Gat is a punch in the fucking face. This game is just a shitty Disney movie wannabe with a lackluster plot.
At this point, this game was just a cash out, and it doesn't feel like Saints Row anymore, though it was fun killing a bunch of demons. The game is just dull.
The game was short as fuck, and singing scenes made me cringe so hard I told Laura to throw a shoe at the TV.
I played it, and there is small amounts of fun to be had, but they just made this game way too cringe and bleak for me. C tier.
I was thinking D tier, but C tier works just as good.
Okay, next we have Agents of Mayhem.
Bozo, this ain't even a Saints Row game. Just because it was made by the same team doesn't make it a Saints Row game, you idiot.
Is this one of those Fortnite game modes?
They put Johnny Gat in here for some fucking reason to make people believe this was like Saints Row, but it clearly wasn't. The game is just a boring ass open world, and there is not much I remember about this game or at all.
That's pretty true. I don't even know what the fuck this game is doing on here. I'll just put it in D tier and move on. Oh boy, now on the worst game in the series by far, Saints Row from 2022.
This game did everything wrong and has no right to call itself a Saints Row game at all. The game is complete garbage. The story is awful. The game is buggy as balls. It's a cringe fest, and the graphics are pathetic.
People were mad and complaining about the game. The developers decided to make fun of its own fan base. What a big middle finger to the community who paid $60 for this utter trash.
But guys, I actually like the game, to be honest.
Shut the fuck up, Joe.
This game is utter trash and a disgrace to the Saints Row franchise as a whole. It goes in fucking D tier and that's it. Would you look at that? We finished yet another tier list.
I honestly can't wait to see what the comments say about our ranking. I know we're going to get people roasting us.
Either way, it's our thoughts and opinions about these games for all the tier list videos we have made.
You mean it's the opinion from the guy editing these videos and using our voices through 11 labs to get into the YouTube algorithm?
Are we still talking about video games? Who are you people?
Dear God, Dementia Joe over here can't keep a straight mind, and he wants to run for president again.
Remember to hit the like button and subscribe for more tier list and gaming videos with us and other special guests we have planned. We are only 200 subs away from 1,000 subscribers, and we would love to get there as soon as possible.
If we get to 1,000 subs this year, we will make Joe play a game you all want him to play.
I mean, I would, but I'm busy doing president stuff, you know.
Stop the fucking cap, Joe. You sat with us for half an hour making a Call of Duty tier list with us, so you're going to do what we say when we hit that goal.
Everyone, please help me.